So I also usually don't go out to parties or trick or treat anymore. I'm just beyond that age, I think, and it's not really my scene. What I do like to do though is when I hand out candy, I like to dress up and just put on a little bit of makeup and participate in that way. So what I have for you today are 3 different eye looks that you guys can try out if you want something to sort of get yourself in the spirit, but you're like me and you're not gonna go full all out. Okay, so I've pulled you guys in closer so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna start with the spider web one first and see how that goes. If you guys would want these looks to stay all day, obviously you would set a primer first and then go in with your eye makeup. Because I'm gonna be showing multiple looks, I'm not gonna do that, but know that you should. It doesn't really matter if you get this to be dead exact either. It's all about your interpretation and what you want this creation to be. So then I'm gonna go in with a gray color. So it's just going to be blended up into my crease and I'm gonna drag it down onto my lid a little bit because it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna go in with a black shadow in a second. Then in that same palette, I'm going to take this black shade here and start that down at the base on my lid. I'm gonna keep this pretty tight. I'm not gonna bring it up too much into my crease when I'm kind of packing it on, and then I'm going to flip this brush over with whatever's left on the bottom of the brush. I'm just gonna blend that into my lower lash line. Alright, and now comes the fun part, making the web. I have this nano liner. It's just a really thin, skinny, black felt eyeliner, and I'm going to go in and start making the web with it. I'm going to start kind of where I would make a wing, so I'm going to imagine a line from the corner of my eye up into my eyebrow, and just make a line starting there. And I'm just starting with kind of dashed movements to kind of get where I want it to be. And I'm gonna kind of map out each one of those spikes. You can see those are not perfect by any means, but now you can go in and draw them more precisely. I really thought this would be easier than it's proving to be. I wanna hold my eye, but I can't. I have to hold a mirror. I think if I was standing in front of a mirror, this would be a lot easier. So now I'm just going to connect each one of those at the top with a swooping little curved line. Okay, if I'm being honest, that did not work. My eyeliner junked out partway through, so we are going to try this again. So we'll try this again, map it out. So my eyeliner didn't work out, but it's an older one, it just dried out. But if you have a cream liner, I'm thinking maybe that's where it's at. Well, that was much easier now, wasn't it? All right, now let's connect them. And then the connecting line. For me, when my eye is open, I have a pretty big hood. So I think I want to try and make it just above that. So I'm going to keep my eye open. Alright, it doesn't have to be spot on, completely perfect. I'm just going to curl my lashes now and add on a simple coat of mascara. I would say doing falsies with this look would absolutely complete it. I think this is really cool. Like I said, with false lashes, I think this would be absolutely amazing. Okay, on to the next one. This is again going to be something that I haven't tackled before, I haven't tried before, so we are experimenting, but it is this sort of peacock inspired eye. I'm kind of going to just play this one up on my own and roll with it. So I've got some makeup sponges that I've got some face paint on, and I'm going to go in and kind of set my base that way, I think. So I'm just kind of mixing greens and blues on the sponge to get some sort of like gradient on my eye. I'm just gonna go in with these little eyeshadow applicators that you get from like kids makeup or inexpensive makeup, and go over the base of where I want my feather to be and kind of over my eyebrow as well. I'm going to go in and try and make that a little bit more intentional looking now. Alright, I'm now gonna dabble in to some definite definition and see what happens. I'm now gonna try and jazz this up a little bit with a little touch of gold glitter liner. And then I'm going to go in and clean up my edges. This is all water-based, so it's super easy to clean up. And kind of blend out a little bit. Gonna go back in with that gold glitter liner right across my top line. And then back in with some mascara to finish it off. And there we go. Up until this point, I've been doing single eye looks, which you could replicate on the other eye. I just didn't want to take all of the time to do both eyes. But for this last one, I'm gonna try and do a full double eyeball masterpiece for you guys. Okay, I realized I was not recording for that whole time, so we're gonna come in right here. I'm attempting to do a double eye full Nightmare Before Christmas scene on both my eyes, and I'm just now outlining the whole thing. I'm just going in with a mixture of blues and blacks and trying to get the whole base of this kind of set and the idea locked in so I can kind of figure out where I want to go, because I have no idea where I want to go with this. I'm gonna go in now and try and outline all of my black. So like I said before, my problem is that I have a pretty big hood on my eye, so when I look down at the mirror versus when I look up at you guys, it's a bit of a different thing. So I'm gonna try and look up and map out where I want this to be. I've now brought in the very risky toothpick to try and very, very cautiously put the little Jack on my eye. Not great, and I've all of a sudden started shaking for absolutely no reason. I don't know why. I might have to redo him, but I'm gonna let him be for now. Alright, now we will draw in our little fence. And then go in with the little fence up top. I'm then gonna go in with some homemade orange and add pumpkins in random places. Right, and now on to the other eye. Just had to change out my camera cards, but I'm just trying to lighten the middle of this eye a little bit just to give a little bit of dimension. Okay, and now for some more detail work. I'm going to try and add in the ghost dog. Nope, don't remember his name right now. That's okay. Now I'm going to build my tree, etc. on the outside here. That part was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And then we're going to try and add in some windows into these little lantern bits. We will see how this goes. Now for that base black line again. This time I'm going to stop it short about there. There's one more character that I need to add. Right, let's try for the boogeyman. And again, we'll just add our few pumpkins into our little patch. Now I'm just going to clean everything up. I'm now just going to take a regular black eyeliner and go in and add that to my waterline. Kind of haphazardly. And then these are the final Nightmare Before Christmas Jack and the little dog and the boogeyman. I love these. I think these are fantastic. You can pair it with a dark lip. You can make it more dramatic if you want. My artistic skills are not phenomenal, and I'm still relatively happy with how this came out. So there are all three of the looks. I'm leaving this one on just for a little bit. There's 3 different levels for you. I think they kind of go easy, medium, hard, in my personal opinion. Let me know if you guys end up using any of these. Send me a picture. I would love to see it. But that's all that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope these helped you out, and I will see you next time.